Good morning from the National Weather Service here in Pocatello. My name is Carter, and this is your Southeast Idaho Weather Hazard Briefing for Thursday, December 22nd. After a strong cold front worked through yesterday, we're left with Arctic air in place, leading to some dangerously cold wind chills. See some light snow return for tonight with a warming trend through the Christmas weekend, and a potential bigger system arriving for next week. I'll be breaking that down for you this morning. Key points we're going to focus on today. Due to the Arctic air in place post-cold front yesterday, so we saw widespread wind gusts yesterday, anywhere between 40, pushing 70 miles an hour in some places, with some of our higher elevations seeing gusts up to about 110 in the highest of elevations. And with that, we do have a wind chill warning remaining in effect today through noon, and they might be continuing out that for just potentially longer, depending on how warm we actually warm up, because up towards the northern border region, we might not even break zero today for high temperatures. Currently seeing air temperatures anywhere from -30 to -40 up in the Island Park, West Yellowstone area so far today. As far as -65-degree wind chills have been observed up towards Reynolds Pass and -60 out towards Monida Pass, so certainly very impactful, dangerous cold working up and over the divide, with everyone getting in on wind chills between -10 to -50. Going to be having a warming trend headed into the weekend, so those of us who are looking for some warmer weather, we'll be seeing that return into the weekend as we see a few waves of precipitation work through. Generally going to be staying fairly light, but next week keeping our eyes on a potential more impactful system arriving around Tuesday, Wednesday time frame as a potential atmospheric river, and I'll be breaking that down for you later in the presentation. Satellite this morning, just a few low-level clouds filtering out there this morning, and we are seeing the gusty downsloping winds off the divide this morning, leading to some localized blowing and drifting snow concerns. But as you take a look to our west, I'm going to start off the day with a mostly sunny skies. It'll be very cold this morning, albeit, but at least that sunshine will be out there for you for the morning hours. And we'll see some increasing mid to upper level clouds throughout the afternoon and evening hours start to work into our area, but should be a mostly sunny start to the day. Weather risk outlook for the next 5 days. Main concerns for today is going to be the dangerous cold and some lingering breezy winds, creating some areas of blowing and drifting snow. But outside of that, attention for the next 4 days is just going to be light rounds of snow. We're not looking at anything in terms of major wind or anything like that. Just looking at temperatures generally warming back up, and just for some chance for some rain and light snow showers at our lower elevations and light snow in the mountains. Watches, warnings, and advisories currently in effect. So we do have wind chill warnings extending all the way down from Canada. That's where the air mass came from for these cold temperatures. And we are going to see wind chills in that red box there as cold as -55, and the wind chill box down below. So generally south of Idaho Falls, around the Blackfoot, Pocatello, into the South Hills and Southeast Highlands. Could see those wind chills as low as 30 below. So definitely a very impactful system up further north for those wind chills, but slightly less as you get further south. Take a look at those road conditions out there. You can check out the latest by heading to 511.idaho.gov. Idaho 34 between Soda Springs and the Star Valley remains closed this morning, and we are seeing areas of blowing and drifting snow up towards Monida Pass, north of Du Bois, leading to a visibility below 1 mile in some areas. And checking in Emigration Canyon, down towards the Burn and Montpelier area yesterday, they picked up around 3 to 4 inches of new snow, and we are seeing some blowing and drifting snow with some lingering breezy winds, so certainly expect some snow-covered roadways out there this morning. Wind gusts this morning, again, like we had mentioned, we're going to be seeing those gusts up to about 50 miles an hour as you get further north up towards Monida Pass. But everywhere else, we're generally dropping back into that 20, maybe 30 mile an hour gusts max. And some of the higher elevations, though, as you get into the South Hills, certainly a little bit breezy continuing, and 64 up there at Soldier. Take a look at the storm we got yesterday. So snowfall late and more like Wednesday night into Thursday was able to bring at least some widespread snowfall accumulation. So wind snowfall picked up Wednesday night and into Thursday. So we're going to see at least some decent snow from that last system. Picked up about 8 inches there at Galena Lodge. And this is taking a look at a landscape company in Ketchum. It's picked up about 4 inches in downtown Ketchum. Saw wind gusts again up to about 40 to 70 miles an hour. Some locally higher gusts in the higher elevations. But we won't be seeing those gusty winds return for quite some time. Temperatures today starting off on the very cold side of things. So seeing temperatures in the -20, -30 degree range further north. As you get further south, single digits above and below zero, with warmest areas around 10 degrees out towards Twin Falls. By this afternoon, we're going to have everybody again in the single digits above and below zero, with warmest areas in the teens. Wind chills this morning, so again, very dangerous wind chills up further north, observing those as cold as -60 this morning, so hypothermia can set in very quickly, as well as frostbite. So bundle up as you're headed out the door this morning. It's going to be very cold, especially as you get north of Pocatello, up into the eastern highlands and out towards the Monida Pass area. Let's take a look at the timing for that snowfall moving into the area. So things will stay mostly dry today outside of some lingering low-level clouds, and we'll be seeing those upper-level clouds begin to shift into the area throughout the day. And taking you throughout this evening into midnight, we are going to see at least the precipitation begin to uptick. We do have a lot of dry air at the surface, so this will have to overcome a little bit of that before it actually does reach the ground. So I might be seeing some of that on radar tomorrow. Not exactly reaching the ground, but when it does, we should be at least seeing some light scattered snow showers throughout the day for your Friday. And again, mainly just going to be in the mountains, generally east of the I-15 corridor, mainly going to be shadowing much of the west and northern Magic Valley, and just some light snow continuing into the evening hours into Friday. So just generally some light snow, not looking at anything too impactful. But as we take you to Friday night, just past midnight, may see a little bit of lingering snowfall into Saturday morning, but other than that, we'll see a break in between the rounds of snow. And here's a first look at the snowfall amounts. Generally going to be very light, less than an inch for many locations. Some of our more snowy areas could pick up about 1 to 2 inches, with about 3 to 4 into the mountains in this 48-hour period. Temperatures on Friday, so we're going to see the temperatures at least begin to slightly recover further south, but up further north, it's going to be another very cold morning. Double digits below zero for just about everybody, with warmest areas, again, around 10 degrees out towards Twin Falls. By Friday afternoon, though, noticeable improvement. We're going to be shifting from northerly flow to more westerly and southerly flow throughout the weekend. And what that means is going to be at least increasing chances for some rain and snow showers. And we're also going to see temperatures begin to increase through the Christmas weekend, with afternoon highs for your Friday in the teens, 20s, and even mid-30s further southwest. By Christmas Eve, we're going to have at least a slightly cold morning as you get further north, temperatures in the single digits, but noticeably warmer than where we are, especially in comparison to this morning, with temperatures in the single digits to low 20s for your morning on Christmas Eve. And by the afternoon, looking noticeably warmer. Afternoon highs are going to be in the 20s, pushing mid-40s as you get further southwest. And on Christmas Day, so we're going to have temperatures again keeping with that warming trend as we get through Christmas Day, are going to seeing those temperatures in the teens and 20s, some low 30s to start off Christmas, and by the afternoon hours, going to be in the 30s, 40s, and may even see some 50s out there in the Treasure Valley, but it will be in the 30s and 40s here in eastern Idaho. And by Monday, again, keeping with that warming trend, as this next system works into our area, potentially could carry some more impactful precipitation. We are going to see temperatures warm up pretty dramatically. We're looking at widespread above freezing conditions as you get to Monday, with overnight lows generally in the 20s and 30s for Monday, but afternoon highs well into the 30s, 40s, and even low 50s as you get out into the Magic Valley. So here's what we know about the next week. So as far as we're going to see those light bands of snow and rain showers at our lowest elevations as temperatures do warm up through the weekend and into early next week. But we're keeping our eyes on a system working in for Tuesday into Wednesday. It's going to be an upper level low system parked off the Pacific coast. And what that means for us is at least there's increasing model confidence that we could see a prolonged impact of some precipitation impacts as we get to midweek next week through much of next week. We'll be keeping our eye on that. But with those warmer temperatures, we will support a mix of rain and snow at the lowest elevations, with the potential for some freezing rain and sleet depending on how the situation sets up. And again, we're keeping an eye on that for Tuesday into Wednesday, and there's increasing confidence. This looks at an ensemble member spread right here, and it's all in pretty decent agreement on that location of the low. So we'll be tracking that over the next couple days and keeping an eye on precipitation for next week. One variable to look at for those atmospheric river events is generally looking at integrated vapor transport values greater than 250. And as you can see, at least here on the GFS on the left, going to be seeing that widespread here into eastern Idaho. Europeans a little bit more conservative on that type of model, but certainly seeing at least pretty well agreement that a atmospheric river will be moving into the Pacific areas as far as the coast, and then seeing how far that makes it inland will be something to keep an eye on through next week. In summary this morning, due to that Arctic air in place post-cold front, so we are going to see wind chill warnings remaining in effect through noon today. It's going to be a very cold start to the day with another frigid afternoon as we're starting off the day with mostly sunny skies. Increasing clouds from the west will bring around us some snow showers through the weekend. Not looking at a whole lot of snow, but certainly you could see a couple inches piling up in some areas. We're looking at potential for a more impactful system early next week. Are going to see warming temperatures ahead of that system, so by Christmas, 30s and 40s for many locations as we get into early next week. And we're keeping our eyes on that atmospheric river event for next week. But there are updated weather briefing for today, Thursday, December 22nd. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to send us an email, give us a call, or check out some information on our website. Have a great day.